All right, guys. So in this video, we're gonna go over top 7 Facebook ad creatives types that are crushing it for newsletter today, and we're gonna go over why they work, why they don't work, what are some of the common pitfalls when making those creatives and running them for a newsletter. So let's dive right in. And so the first ad creative is a lead magnet. You got to be really careful when creating lead magnets. This is one example here. For example, this one, right? So you got to be really careful when creative lead magnet ads because while they can perform really really well, the quality of those subscribers might not be the best. They might be great. It might be good. There's still gonna be a big chunk of people that are interested in what you're doing, as long as your lead magnet is relevant to them. But yeah, you gotta be careful about saying a lot of free stuff here. But since it's mostly it's mostly a static image ad that is on feeds. It's not really gonna be really seeing the free here. So you don't wanna lead with free necessarily. So if you actually make a lead magnet, make sure it's like super valuable so people actually consume it. And those that actually gonna consume it, they might become they're gonna love you more and be your fans and stuff like that. So another one is so the second ad creative type is a UGC. So this newsletter, for example, made a UGC ad where there's this person that this creator talks about the newsletter.
Do not waste your time learning marketing from scratch.
And she said, do not waste your time learning marketing from scratch. So and then they just kind of go into value proposition of the newsletter and stuff like that. And with these types of ads, right? So again, I think it would be good to say that you want to be really clear in your ads who you're talking to, and what you're giving them. So in this types of and that could be more expensive, but you're gonna get more quality. So there's a lot of trade-off when it comes to Facebook ads for newsletters. There's kind of this trade-off, right? You can talk to broader audience. They can be very cheap, but they might be necessarily subscribers you want. They might be not necessarily the subscribers you can monetize, or they might be not necessarily be subscribers that your advertisers in your newsletter might like or want. So this is really catered to beginners that are interested in marketing, most likely. So typically younger audience are like UGCs are good for younger audience. So like I don't know, depends how you define it, but under 35 I'd say UGCs work well, and also primarily for women. The third creative style is basically from this guy Kyle Balmer. He has an AI newsletter, and this creative style is a screenshot of iPhone. It's pretty common at creative. A lot of newsletters run it, and you can try it as well. What's most important thing about this one is that actually what you put in here, your ad copy, and yeah. The fourth ad creative type is so it's kind of meme actually, but it's mostly before and after. So, but it's a funny version of before and after. What's good about this ad creative is it talks about it really specifies the audience, specific to the audience, right? So social media managers who receive Hey Orca's daily brief, and then social media managers who do their own social media homework, right? So I think it's good that they use dogs. Dogs are relatable. It's good. Sometimes when you use people, it might be not as relatable because people like different people, and and people like dogs and babies and all these things and memes. The fifth ad creative type for newsletter that is working really really well is well, actually, overall, it's just like short, real video with text overlay on it, and maybe some nice background and nice music. And so the thing about these types of creatives that you kind of want to make sure the music is gonna be looped in. So so it has to be the same music, the same 8 bars or whatever, 4 bars all over again, and you have like the text on it. And again, it's very important what you put in here. So this is a finance newsletter. So if these guys want like really beginners, they can run these ads and maybe they're fine. But if their advertisers actually want people that are um, I don't know, some serious investors, this might be not a good fit. So and also I think this might be a little bit too hard to read actually. But yeah, this is the type of creative you can test. So it's just a video, right, with text, and that's it. Very simple. Yeah, you can test a lot of these. I think you can, the good thing about these types of creators is you can test a lot of them. And then, okay, so the sixth ad creative type is a Twitter screenshot of Twitter. So there's here's we got Cody. Cody is a CMO for this like 9-figure D2C beauty brand. And so essentially, I think this type of ad creative is good if your audience might be on Twitter, and this because they're familiar with this style. So that's good. One thing what I would improve here is actually adding the likes and comments and all this stuff, some of the social proof. But it's not necessary. Yeah. So this is this just some of the ad creative type you can test. And then the last one at creative type is actually you shouldn't test this unless you're a newsletter catering to men, to horny men. But I just thought it would be funny to include this. But yeah, I just recently discovered this newsletter. I'm not subscribed, but yeah, their creatives are very interesting. I bet they're getting a lot, like huge CTRs. But for example, this ad creative type, right? Let's look at it. So it's just a woman here. She's kind of like dancing, all that stuff. But you cannot tell it's a newsletter, so it's hard to know. Is it just like a woman? Is this her Instagram page? Is this ad selling? What's this ad selling? Is it selling a bra? Is it selling like some hair styling? So you want to be kind of careful with these types of ads, especially when it's a video ad, because if it gets on served on reels or stories, like there's no way people would know. Yes, this is gonna get like 40 or 30% CTR, but the conversion rate is gonna be like low, right? 10 to whatever percent. They actually fixed this, I think, here, and they did it a little bit better job. But yeah, and so if your newsletter is like very specific to your audience, one thing you could do is you just kind of look at the content the audience is consuming, and start your ads with that content and things like that. So that's it for today. If you enjoyed this, if you want to see more ads, so if you want to see some of the best performing ads, you can subscribe to this newsletter called Growth Catalyst Club. It's a newsletter we're currently running, and we every week we put like some of the best performing ad creators we find, or some of the not the best performing, but some of the creatives that are like interesting, and we just do ad tear downs there. So if you want also if you want Facebook ad creatives created for you, or created for you and managed for you, I run an ad agency called Adsora, which you can find here, adsora.com, where we essentially, okay, it's not loading for some reason, but okay, I think it loaded now. My internet today is pretty sad, but yeah, we run Facebook ads for newsletters and other consumer brands for e-commerce and also mobile apps. So if you're running ads right now, or you have a newsletter, you have some monetization methods that you're currently using, you can click the link below this video, and there's going to be a link to book a growth audit call where we'll hop on the call. And if you're already spending something on your ads and you have some historical data, we can look at your ads and give some actionable advice. So I'll give you 1 to 3 tips that will help improve your performance. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe if you're not, and see you in the next one.